Morning arrives with a frustrating surprise. Blood sugar readings far higher than expected despite careful eating all day yesterday. This common experience leaves many people with diabetes confused and discouraged. The truth lies in what happens during evening hours. Evening routines can secretly sabotage overnight glucose control, undoing all the careful daytime efforts. 3 common nighttime habits dramatically spike blood sugar while sleeping: late-night carbohydrate loading, sedentary screen time before bed, and irregular sleep patterns. These routines trigger hormonal responses that raise glucose levels throughout the night. The good news? Simple evening adjustments can transform morning readings, often reducing numbers by 30 points or more within just 1 week. Understanding overnight blood sugar dynamics. Blood sugar regulation during sleep follows different rules than daytime. The dawn phenomenon describes how the body naturally releases hormones like cortisol and growth hormone in early morning hours, triggering the liver to release stored glucose. This evolutionary mechanism prepares the body to wake with energy. For people with diabetes, this natural process often goes unchecked, causing morning blood sugar elevations despite careful daytime habits. The liver essentially works against diabetes management efforts overnight. Evening routines directly influence these hormonal patterns. Poor pre-sleep habits amplify the dawn phenomenon, while healthy routines moderate it. When proper evening routines become established, morning readings typically improve within 3 to 5 days, often dropping 20 to 40 points from previous baselines. Routine number 1: late-night carbohydrate loading. Evening eating patterns frequently undermine daytime blood sugar management efforts. The after-dinner snack habit represents the most common problem: those seemingly innocent munchies while watching television or working late. This pattern creates the perfect storm for overnight glucose spikes. Certain foods appear harmless yet cause significant overnight problems. Many people reach for supposedly healthy options like granola bars, fruit smoothies, or whole grain crackers, without realizing these convert rapidly to blood sugar. Even more deceptive are comfort foods marketed as better choices: gluten-free cookies, organic potato chips, or fruit juices labeled as no sugar added. Timing plays a crucial role in how food affects overnight glucose. Food consumed within 3 hours of bedtime encounters a body already preparing for sleep mode. Metabolism naturally slows during this period, while insulin sensitivity decreases. This combination means identical foods eaten at dinner versus late evening can produce dramatically different blood sugar responses. The science explains why evening carbohydrates prove particularly problematic. As the body prepares for sleep, it reduces insulin production while increasing insulin resistance. This evolutionary adaptation ensured survival during overnight fasting periods, but creates challenges for modern humans, especially those with diabetes. Carbohydrates consumed late evening require significantly more insulin to process than the same foods eaten earlier. Michael from Texas experienced this pattern dramatically. Despite careful daytime eating, his morning glucose averaged 165 milligrams per deciliter. Continuous glucose monitoring revealed the culprit: his nightly habit of eating pretzels or crackers while watching evening news. His glucose would climb steadily throughout the night, peaking around 4 a.m. After eliminating late carbohydrates, his morning readings dropped to 128 milligrams per deciliter within 1 week. Michael thought that small snacks or healthy options wouldn't affect his overnight glucose, but that's a common misconception. Better alternative: smarter evening eating strategies. The ideal evening meal should follow a simple formula for overnight glucose stability: half the plate filled with non-starchy vegetables, 1/4 with lean protein, and 1/4 with complex carbohydrates. This composition provides sustained energy without triggering glucose spikes. For evening hunger that arrives after dinner, better options include a small handful of nuts, a hard-boiled egg, cucumber slices with guacamole, celery with almond butter, or a small serving of plain Greek yogurt with cinnamon. These choices provide satisfaction without significant carbohydrate impact. Optimal timing means finishing all food consumption at least 3 hours before bedtime. This window allows the body to process nutrients before entering sleep mode when metabolism naturally slows. Breaking the late-night carbohydrate habit requires a systematic approach. Begin by identifying hunger triggers: boredom, stress, or habit rather than true hunger. Next, prepare approved snack options in advance. then gradually move evening eating earlier by 15-minute increments each night until reaching the 3-hour pre-bed target. Jennifer from Colorado struggled with morning readings averaging 172 milligrams per deciliter despite medication. After implementing an earlier dinner time and switching evening snacks from popcorn to walnuts with cheese, her morning readings decreased to 131 milligrams per deciliter within 2 weeks. Her success came from addressing both timing and food composition simultaneously. Harmful evening routine. Number 2. Sedentary screen time before bed. Evening hours spent motionless scrolling through phones or watching television creates a perfect storm for overnight blood sugar problems. This sedentary behavior dramatically slows metabolism when the body most needs activity to stabilize glucose levels before sleep. Screens create a double metabolic problem. First, physical inactivity causes muscles to absorb less glucose from the bloodstream. When muscles remain still for extended periods, they become temporarily more insulin resistant. Second, the blue light emitted from screens directly interferes with melatonin production while increasing cortisol, creating a hormonal environment that raises blood sugar. The connection between evening screen time and stress hormone production appears particularly problematic. Research from Harvard Medical School demonstrates that blue light exposure within 2 hours of bedtime increases cortisol levels by approximately 35%. This stress hormone serves a crucial morning function, preparing the body for activity by releasing stored glucose. When triggered at night, however, it creates unwanted blood sugar elevations during sleep. Cortisol impacts blood glucose through multiple pathways. It signals the liver to release stored glucose, reduces insulin sensitivity in muscle tissue, and increases insulin resistance throughout the body. Together, these effects can raise overnight blood sugar by 20 to 40 milligrams per deciliter without consuming any food. A 2023 study published in Diabetes Care demonstrated striking correlations between evening screen habits and morning hyperglycemia. Participants who engaged in screen time within 90 minutes of bedtime showed morning glucose readings averaging 28 points higher than those who avoided late screens. Robert from Pennsylvania tracked his glucose using a continuous monitor while alternating evening routines. On nights spent watching television until bedtime, his glucose climbed steadily overnight, peaking at 163 milligrams per deciliter by morning. During evenings with no screens after 8 p.m., his morning readings averaged just 129 milligrams per deciliter, a 34-point improvement without any dietary changes. Better alternative: evening movement and screen management. The ideal evening activity pattern includes gentle movement approximately 1 hour after dinner, followed by relaxation without screens. A post-dinner walk for just 10 to 15 minutes significantly improves overnight glucose processing, often reducing morning numbers by 20 to 30 points. Simple movement options requiring no special equipment include walking around the neighborhood, gentle stretching routines, standing while doing household tasks. Even mundane activities like washing dishes standing rather than sitting watching television creates metabolic benefits. Implementing a screen curfew means all electronic devices power down at least 90 minutes before bedtime. This allows natural melatonin production to regulate sleep cycles properly while preventing cortisol surges that raise blood sugar. Better evening relaxation alternatives include reading physical books, listening to podcasts or audiobooks, gentle stretching, meditation, or conversation with family members. These activities provide enjoyment without the metabolic consequences of screen blue light. For busy professionals, realistic implementation begins with setting automated reminders to begin the screen shutdown process. Gradually extend screen-free time by 15-minute increments until reaching the 90-minute pre-sleep target. Research from the University of Chicago Medical Center found that implementing these evening movement and screen management strategies reduced morning blood sugar readings by an average of 32 milligrams per deciliter after just 1 week. Participants reported better sleep quality as an unexpected additional benefit. Routine number 3: irregular sleep patterns. Inconsistent sleep schedules create significant disruptions to overnight glucose metabolism. The body relies on regular sleep patterns to properly time hormonal releases that regulate blood sugar. When bedtimes and wake times vary significantly, these carefully orchestrated hormonal patterns become chaotic. The result manifests as unpredictable morning glucose readings that frustrate even the most careful diabetes management efforts. Sleep quality directly impacts insulin sensitivity throughout the body. During proper deep sleep phases, cells become more responsive to insulin signals, allowing more efficient glucose absorption. Poor quality sleep, characterized by frequent awakenings or insufficient deep sleep stages, reduces insulin sensitivity by up to 40%, according to research from the University of Chicago Sleep Research Laboratory. Sleep deprivation produces immediate negative effects on morning blood sugar. Just one night of inadequate sleep increases insulin resistance and elevates stress hormones. Studies demonstrate that sleeping less than 6 hours raises morning glucose readings by an average of 23 milligrams per deciliter, compared to nights with 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep. Common causes of poor sleep hygiene include inconsistent bedtimes, bedroom light pollution from electronics, uncomfortable sleep environments, evening caffeine or alcohol consumption, and stress-related thought patterns that prevent falling asleep quickly. Sleep position surprisingly impacts overnight diabetes management. Research indicates that sleeping on the left side may improve blood sugar regulation compared to back sleeping. This position appears to reduce pressure on internal organs involved in glucose metabolism while improving circulation patterns. Thomas from Michigan struggled with erratic work schedules as a hospital nurse. His rotating shifts created wildly inconsistent sleep patterns and morning blood glucose readings ranging from 110 to 205 milligrams per deciliter with no predictable pattern. His continuous glucose monitor revealed dramatic overnight spikes during weeks with irregular sleep schedules. Research published in Diabetes Care found that people with consistent sleep schedules maintained hemoglobin A1C levels approximately 0, 72% lower than those with irregular sleep patterns, a significant difference in long-term diabetes management. Better alternative: consistent sleep patterns for glucose stability. Establishing consistent sleep and wake times creates the foundation for overnight glucose stability. Your body really loves routine. Try to go to bed and wake up within the same 30-minute window every day, even on weekends. Help synchronize hormonal cycles that regulate blood sugar. Creating an optimal sleep environment involves maintaining bedroom temperatures between 65 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit, eliminating all light sources including electronic standby lights, and reducing noise disruptions. These environmental factors significantly impact sleep quality and therefore overnight glucose regulation. An effective bedtime routine should include 30 minutes of progressive relaxation. Begin with gentle stretching, followed by breathing exercises, and complete with 10 minutes of meditation or reading. This sequence naturally lowers cortisol and prepares the body for quality sleep. Sleep tracking applications or wearable devices provide valuable insights into sleep quality. These tools monitor movement patterns and heart rate variations to determine time spent in crucial deep sleep phases when glucose regulation works most efficiently. Endocrinologists now recommend 7 to 8 hours of uninterrupted sleep specifically for diabetes management. This duration allows complete hormonal regulation cycles essential for morning glucose stability. Elizabeth from Arizona implemented consistent sleep patterns after struggling with morning readings, averaging 186 milligrams per deciliter. By establishing a 10:30 p.m. bedtime with specific pre-sleep routines, her morning numbers decreased to consistently below 140 milligrams per deciliter within 3 weeks. Implementation plan: creating your evening reset protocol. Begin by addressing just one routine weekly rather than attempting complete overnight transformation. Screen management typically yields fastest results, making it the logical starting point. Week 2, address evening eating habits. Finally, establish consistent sleep patterns during week 3. Track progress using a simple evening checklist alongside morning glucose readings. Most people notice improvements within 3 to 5 days of implementing each change, with substantial results after 2 to 3 weeks of consistency. No worries if things get off track. Just pick up where you left off tomorrow. When traveling or at special events, keep at least one routine. The 3 routines work synergistically, each supporting the others for compounded benefits beyond what individual changes produce alone. Conclusion: 3 harmful evening routines secretly sabotage morning blood sugar, late-night carbohydrate loading, sedentary screen time, and irregular sleep patterns. Replacing these with strategic evening eating, gentle movement without screens, and consistent sleep schedules transforms both numbers and overall well-being. Better morning glucose leads to improved energy, mood, and long-term health outcomes. The changes extend benefits far beyond diabetes management into everyday quality of life. Begin tonight by implementing just one change. Try the screen curfew for immediate impact. Share personal experiences and results in the comments section below. Subscribe for more practical diabetes management strategies. Next video explores morning routines that maintain stable glucose levels throughout the entire day.